Rachel adjusted her crutches and tried to ignore the ache spreading through her arms. 3 gates down, 2 more to go. The prosthetic felt heavier today. Or maybe she was just tired of pretending it wasn't there. Asterisk. Every bench in Terminal 7 was occupied. Business travelers hunched over laptops. Families sprawled across seats. Teenagers claimed entire rows. Rachel's flight didn't board for another hour, but her remaining leg trembled with exhaustion. Asterisk. Then she saw him, a man in an expensive suit, sitting alone on a bench, an empty space beside him. She approached hesitantly. Asterisk. Excuse me? She whispered, her voice barely audible above the terminal noise. Can I sit here just for a minute? Asterisk. The man looked up from his phone. His eyes were kind but tired, the kind of tiredness that came from somewhere deeper than lack of sleep. He immediately shifted his briefcase. Asterisk. Of course. Please. Asterisk. Rachel sank onto the bench with relief, leaning her crutches against the armrest. She could feel his eyes on her prosthetic leg, and her stomach tightened. This was the part where people either stared too long or looked away too quickly. But he did neither. Traveling alone? He asked. Conversation ally. Asterisk. Double quotes. Yes. Job interview in Chicago. She surprised herself by answering. Usually, she kept to herself. Asterisk. Nervous. Asterisk. Terrified. The honesty slipped out. I'm qualified. More than qualified, actually. But there's always this moment in interviews where they see ... She gestured vaguely at her leg, and everything changes in their eyes. Asterisk. The man was quiet for a moment. I'm David, he said finally. David Morrison. I run a tech company you've probably never heard of. Asterisk. Rachel didn't know it. Morrison Analytics was legendary in data science circles, her field. Her heart skipped. I know your company. You revolutionized predictive modeling. Asterisk. David smiled slightly. We tried. May I ask you something personal? Asterisk. Here it comes, Rachel thought. The pity. The inspiration porn. She nodded warily. Asterisk. When you look in the mirror, what do you see? Asterisk. The question startled her. What? Asterisk. I'm serious. What do you see? Asterisk. Rachel swallowed hard. Honestly, I see someone broken. Someone who has to work twice as hard to be seen as half as capable. Someone who lost her leg in a car accident at 19 and has been fighting ever since to prove she's still whole. Asterisk. David leaned forward, his eyes intense. Can I tell you what I see? I don't need your beautiful, he said quietly. Asterisk. Rachel froze. The words felt like a trap. You don't even know me. Asterisk. You're right. Let me be more specific. David's voice was steady, thoughtful. I see someone who navigated this entire airport on crutches and didn't ask for help until absolutely necessary. I see someone traveling alone to pursue an opportunity despite being terrified. I see someone who just described herself as broken, but is clearly anything but. Asterisk. Rachel's throat tightened. That's easy to say, asterisk, is it? David pulled up his pant leg slightly, revealing a sophisticated prosthetic of his own high-tech, expensive, but unmistakably artificial. Lost it to bone cancer at 16. Spent 2 years learning to walk again. Another 5, proving I could build a company. Another 10, proving I wasn't a diversity hire success story. Asterisk. Rachel stared. I had no idea. Asterisk. Most people don't. I can afford the kind of prosthetic that hides well, and I've learned to walk without a limp. But here's what I learned. The world will always find reasons to underestimate us. The question is whether we'll do the same to ourselves. But the interviews will be hard, David acknowledged. Some people will see your leg before they see your qualifications. But the right people, the ones worth working for, will see a candidate who overcame something most people can't imagine and still showed up ready to compete. Asterisk. Rachel felt tears prickling her eyes. How do you do it? How do you walk into rooms and not feel Less. Asterisk. David was quiet for a long moment. I'd be lying if I said I never feel that way. But I'll tell you what changed for me. I stopped waiting for the world to see me as whole. I started seeing myself that way first. Asterisk. He reached into his briefcase and pulled out a business card. The company you're interviewing with, who is it? Asterisk. Rachel told him. David nodded slowly. I know their CEO. Good company, but traditional. They'll lowball you. When they do, call me. I can't just, I'm not offering charity. I'm offering an interview with my company. We have 3 positions open in predictive analytics. No promises, but I guarantee you'll be evaluated solely on your qualifications. He stood, gathering his things. My flight's boarding. Asterisk. Rachel looked at the card, then back at him. Why are you doing this? Asterisk. David smiled, a real smile this time, reaching his eyes. Because 20 years ago, someone did it for me. A woman named Patricia sat next to me at a conference when everyone else avoided the kid with the obvious prosthetic. She told me I was brilliant and gave me my first real opportunity. Asterisk. He paused. And because when you asked to sit down, you whispered, like you didn't deserve to take up space. That broke my heart a little. So I'm telling you, you're beautiful. Not despite your prosthetic. Not even because of your strength, though that's remarkable. You're beautiful because you're here, fighting, trying, refusing to disappear. Rachel couldn't speak. The interview tomorrow, David continued. Walk in there like you own the room. Because here's the truth. They don't tell us. Everyone is fighting something invisible. Your battle just happens to be visible. That doesn't make you less. If anything, it makes you more. Asterisk. He started to walk away, then turned back. And Rachel, when they see your leg and everything changes in their eyes, that's information. It tells you exactly who they are. Don't let their limitations become yours. Asterisk. Rachel watched him disappear into the crowd. His gait so smooth, she'd never have known. She looked down at the business card, then at her prosthetic leg, the one she'd spent 5 years hiding under long pants in careful positioning. Asterisk. She thought about tomorrow's interview, about walking in with her head high, about the tremor of fear that lived in her chest, and the steel of determination that lived beside it. Asterisk. Her phone buzzed. A text from her mother. Good luck tomorrow, sweetheart. Remember, you've already survived the hardest part. Asterisk. Rachel smiled. Maybe surviving wasn't the end of the story. Maybe it was just the beginning. Asterisk. She stood, gathered her crutches, and walked toward her gate. And for the first time in 5 years, she didn't check to see who was watching.